Today, we're discussing something a bit different but just as crucial: Material Safety Data Sheets, or MSDS. So, sit back, relax, and settle in as we unfold it all. Welcome to Money Top Videos. If you're new to our channel, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay updated with our latest videos. Ever wondered what these mysterious documents are and why they're important? Well, they're not just for chemists. Whether you're working with raw materials or just curious about the science behind everyday metals like gold, MSDS provides vital information on safety, handling, and much more. So what will you gain by understanding an MSDS? You'll learn about the chemical properties of materials, how to handle them safely, potential hazards, and even what to do in case of an emergency. Whether you're a business owner, an investor, or just someone handling materials, knowing the MSDS keeps you safe and informed. Let's dive into the MSDS for gold. Yes, the same precious metal you see in jewelry, electronics, and more. But there's a lot more to gold than just its shine. Here's everything you need to know: chemical product and identification. First up, we have the chemical product and company identification. Gold, known by its symbol EU, from the Latin aurum, has the CAS number 7 for 40575. CAS number stands for Chemical Abstract Service Number. It's a unique numerical identifier assigned to every chemical substance described in the open scientific literature, such as elements, compounds, polymers, and mixtures. The CAS number helps scientists, regulators, and manufacturers precisely identify a substance without confusion, as many chemicals have different names or formulations, to ensure that when people refer to gold in scientific, industrial, or regulatory contexts, they're all talking about the same substance. Gold also classifies as a transition metal and comes with a molecular weight of 196.97 grams per mole. So, next time you see a bar of gold, think about the incredible chemistry behind it. Information on ingredients: gold is typically pure, with 99.9% purity or higher. In its elemental form, it's just gold, nothing else. No hidden compounds or tricky additives, just pure, shiny metal. But beware, if it's alloyed or mixed, other metals might be present, and they could have their own set of hazards. Hazards identification. Surprisingly, pure gold is not considered hazardous. It doesn't burn, corrode, or react with most substances. It's safe to handle in its solid form. But did you know that if gold is in fine dust or nanoparticle form, it can irritate your lungs? Not many people realize that. And while it's non-toxic, some rare individuals can have allergic reactions to gold compounds. So, even this noble metal isn't without its quirks. TLV threshold limit value refers to the level of exposure a worker can experience without adverse health effects during a typical 8-hour workday. For gold, especially in its metallic form, there is no established TLV because gold is considered non-toxic and chemically inert, meaning it doesn't pose significant health risks under normal handling conditions. However, in specific forms like gold dust or nanoparticles, it's important to control exposure due to potential respiratory irritation. In such cases, industries may implement their own safety guidelines to limit exposure, but no standardized TLV exists for gold itself. First aid measures. Now, what happens if something does go wrong? The first aid measures for gold are straightforward. If you get gold dust in your eyes or skin, just rinse it off with water. If you somehow manage to inhale gold dust, move to fresh air. Gold is non-toxic, so don't panic if you accidentally swallow a little, though that would be quite expensive. Firefighting measures. Here's something cool. Gold is non-flammable. You can't set it on fire. If there's a fire around, gold won't be the problem, but if you're working with it in dust form, be careful. Fine particles in the air can combust under the right conditions. Accidental release measures. Ever spill a pile of gold dust? No? Well, if you do, don't worry. It's easy to clean up. Sweep it, vacuum it, and make sure to collect every last particle because, well, it's gold. Just don't let it get into drains or waterways, especially if it's mixed with other substances. Handling and storage. Gold is as low maintenance as it gets. Store it in a cool, dry place, and avoid exposing it to extreme heat or strong acids like aqua regia, one of the few substances that can dissolve it. And when handling gold powder or molten gold, use protective equipment. Safety first, even with something as valuable as this: exposure controls and personal protection. Speaking of safety, when working with gold in powder form, wear gloves, goggles, and maybe a respirator if there's dust. It's not dangerous, but why take the risk? Proper exposure controls keep you safe, especially in industrial settings. Now, let's get into the fascinating physical and chemical properties of gold. It melts at an impressive 1064 degrees Celsius or 1947 degrees Fahrenheit boiling point, 2856 degrees Celsius or 5173 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the point at which gold vaporizes, though this is rarely achieved outside industrial applications. Gold is incredibly dense, making it one of the heaviest and most compact metals. Its density, a whopping 19.32 grams per cubic centimeter. And what about reactivity? Virtually none. That's why gold doesn't tarnish or rust. It's one of the least reactive elements in the periodic table. It's also an excellent conductor of electricity and heat, which is why it's used in electronics. Gold isn't just shiny, it's smart. Electrical conductivity. Gold is an excellent conductor of electricity, which is why it is widely used in electronics, especially for connectors and circuit boards. It has low resistance and stays stable under varying conditions. Thermal conductivity. Gold is also an excellent thermal conductor, making it useful in high-performance electronic and engineering applications where heat needs to be managed efficiently. Tensile strength. While gold is soft and malleable, it has low tensile strength in its pure form. This is why it's often alloyed with other metals, like copper or silver, to make it more durable in jewelry and industrial applications. Uses of gold. Jewelry. 70% of global gold demand. Electronics. Used in semiconductors and circuit boards. Dentistry. Biocompatible with the human body. Investments. Coins, bars, and bullion for financial security. Health effects. Non-toxic in its pure, metallic form. Gold is non-toxic. It does not pose significant health hazards during normal handling, though fine dust can irritate the lungs if inhaled. Stability and reactivity. As we mentioned, gold is extremely stable. It resists oxidation, corrosion, and just about anything you throw at it, except for aqua regia and mercury, which can dissolve or react with it. Ecological information. And what about the environment? Gold in its metallic form is not harmful. It doesn't degrade or pollute the water, but it's valuable, so recycling is always the best option. Disposal considerations. When it comes to disposal, the answer is simple. Don't throw it away. Gold is far too valuable to waste. Recycle it, melt it down, or store it. Transport information. Good news for transporters. Gold isn't hazardous, so shipping and handling are straightforward. Just make sure to protect it from theft. It is gold, after all. Regulatory information. In terms of regulations, gold is pretty easygoing. It's listed under various safety frameworks, but there are no major concerns in terms of its use or handling in most countries. So there you have it, everything you need to know about gold and its MSDS. This valuable metal may seem simple on the surface, but when you dig a little deeper, it's clear that understanding its properties, safety measures, and environmental impact is critical, whether you're in the business of trading, investing, or simply curious about what makes gold so special. Make sure to stay informed, and as always, keep exploring the vast world of finance, materials, and wealth. Don't miss our related videos. Gold's timeline from stardust to stunning jewelry. To do that, click on the right of the screen now. See you in the next video.